Hi there, welcome to Nepi Invest. I was tempted, highly tempted, to take a position in the company I'll be talking about today, Tempest Minerals. Now, I did a video on this company about 1 week ago from the day I'm doing this video. So, around the 29th, 30th of March, I did a video on Tempest Minerals because the share price of this company rose over 200% in 1 day. And I decided at that point in time to track the performance, share price performance, and the company from there on to see if this is the sort of announcements we should be looking for, particularly because I have very little understanding, or say not very little, we'll say a low understanding of these type of drilling announcements. And the way I look at it is if we don't understand the announcement, can we draw opinion? Can we take a position in a company just based off how the market reacts? That's why I want to follow the ongoings of this company through time. Another way I could do this is go back through history and look at those small cap mining companies in the past that made it big and figure out why, what sort of announcements they released, what sort of drilling announcements or drilling results, and just follow the fortunes of those small cap companies that made it big. And I'm looking at or thinking of Fortescue Metals, Sandfire Resources. Those are the two companies that really come to mind. So I actually might do that. I might actually go back in time and look at what were the catalysts behind these companies making it big. But today I'm going to focus on an update to Tempest Minerals. We saw the share price rise over 200%. It was the 28th of March, 29th of March. And I just wanted to see what's been happening with this company over the past week. And a lot has happened during that week. This is a slight history of Tempest Minerals. They started off as Lithium Consolidated, LI3. Maybe they're thinking they should have just stayed Lithium Consolidated because the word lithium in a name right now would mean your share price would be really high and probably going on a bit of a tear right now. They decided to diversify into other projects because even though there's a lot of hype in lithium right now, there wasn't a lot of hype a few years ago, 2018, 2019. So that's why they diversified into exploring for other deposits like gold and copper. And then they changed the name from Lithium Consolidated to Tempest because of this change in their business model. And on 28th of March, the share price of Tempest Minerals increased 265% on the 1 day. This is exactly the sort of company announcement we want to see be released if we are a shareholder of a company. I haven't or can't remember too many other announcements that saw the share price rise by this amount. Now, the key points within this announcement, I don't necessarily understand why the market reacted like this, but the market did. So even though I'm lacking understanding why the market did react like this, you can't completely disregard this announcement because of how the market reacted. And that's the simple reason I became interested in Tempest Minerals is the reaction from the market, not the announcement itself. Now let's have a look at how the market reacted to Tempest Minerals from the 29th of March to the 1st of April. So 4 trading days in here. And it did look really interesting for Tempest Minerals the day they released this announcement on the 28th of March because the share price almost closed near the high. And that actually is a fairly bullish sign. That is telling us that the bulls are in control of the trading of this company. There were sellers, but the sellers weren't enough to drive the share price down. And then the next day was actually another bullish sign because a lot of times when a company share price increases by a fair bit, so over 100%, you will see a little bit of selling coming in the next day as the profit takers decide to take profits. And on the 29th of March, the bulls, or neither the bulls nor the bears, were in control of the share price of Tempest. In fact, share price virtually went sideways. At one point in time, share price went to about 11 cents and then did pull back to just under 8.5 cents. But that share price increase to nearly 11 cents happened in the first few minutes of trading on that day. And then there was a little bit of selling that pushed the share price back. But since the share price almost closed near the close of the previous day, that was a bullish sign, in my opinion. that there weren't enough sellers to drive the share price even lower. And then on the next day, we saw the share price increase from 8.2 cents to about 14 cents in the one day. So another huge increase in the share price. And then the next day, the share price went to a high of 21 cents. So maybe I should have listened to my temptations and taken position in Tempest Minerals on the day after they released an announcement, because everything I have seen in the past in regards to a really bullish share price action, actually I saw with Tempest Minerals. The very fact that we didn't see a lot of selling on the next day, the fact that share price went sideways, and the fact that we saw a lot of buying coming in the next day. Also, the volume, the amount of volume we have seen is quite phenomenal. And that is telling us the market really loved this announcement. And those are the signs you should be looking for when you are thinking of taking a position in this sort of company, when they release this sort of announcement, when the market reacts like they are reacting. On the 4th of April, Tempest Minerals actually then went into a trading halt in regards to some of the further analysis of their drilling results, that sort of thing. So went into a trading halt at 9:48 a.m. And usually they mention the trading halt that the trading halt will be lifted by either Wednesday, start of trading on Wednesday, or when they release the announcement, whichever is earliest. Some people wait 2 days, but sometimes the company will release the announcement really early. And Tempest Minerals actually did that. They released the announcement 55 minutes after they went into a trading halt. So Amelia, further mineralization at the Orient Discovery. When the company does release this sort of announcement after a trading halt, you won't see trading begin automatically. There will be a period about 10 minutes before trading starts with this company. And the initial reaction from the market was quite positive for Tempest. So let's have a look at their market reaction in regards to this announcement in the next slide. Before we have a look at the market reaction, and there are two really distinct reactions from the market when it comes to this announcement, I just want to go briefly through the actual particulars of this announcement, looking at the key points and the initial visual observations. Now, to be honest with you, a lot of the key points mean nothing to me. I don't see any actual results. They mention program completed, drilled to almost over 1 kilometers, several zones, potentially extend those in previous drill holes by 300 meters, extensive copper mineralization observed, including presence of bornite. And then the initial observations, 400 meters from 18.5 meters of strongly altered intrusives with widespread bleb and veinlet style sulfides. And it just keeps on going. So a lot of that is just gibberish to me. And that's why I want to see how the market reacts. Now, there probably are some experts out there who will look at the information within this announcement, and they will realize this is either a bogus announcement, a really good announcement, or a really bad announcement. And the way the market reacted was really interesting. So initially, the market thought this was a great announcement. And then over the next hour, after they released this announcement, the mood of the market changed quite drastically. So let's have a look at the market reaction now. On the 1st of April, the share price of Tempest Minerals closed at 17.5 cents. And when they came out of the trading halt, 10 minutes after they released this announcement, the share price opened up at 21.5 cents. But then over the next hour, we saw a lot of selling. So on initial opening, share price of Tempest was up 20%. And then over the next hour, share price fell from being up 20% to being down almost 25%. So there was a significant swing in the share price of this company over the first hour of trading. So it went from a share price of 21.5 cents to about, we'll say that 14 cents in that 1 hour. So that's a 33% drop in share price in a very brief period of time. And then the share price went sideways for the majority of the day and closed at 13 cents. So overall, the share price was actually down 28% for the day when initially it was up 20%. So what I think happened here were there was some excited retail shareholders who saw the announcement, thought it was really good, and they bid up the share price on open for Tempest. And then some of the experts who could look at the announcement, they deciphered what they saw, deciphered some of the numbers, and those are the ones who drove the share price down by 33% in the first hour of trading, and the share price just went sideways during the rest of the day, which probably means nothing right now. So I'm going to keep a close eye on Tempest's trading over the next few days just to see if the bears or the bulls get control in the share price movement. So if we see share price plummet from here, that would tell us that this announcement didn't really go down well in the general, we'll not say the general, but we'll say the mining community, and the share price starts to increase. We'll just probably say that could have been some profit taking, what we saw in the first hour. So a lot of different possibilities, different scenarios at play over the next few days when it comes to trading of Tempest Minerals. That's all I have for this video of Tempest Minerals. If you do have any information or extra information, love to hear about it. I did receive an email from a viewer who gave me some good links in regards to, I think it was an interview with someone involved with Tempest Minerals, and then another project which this viewer said the price of Tempest was sort of being priced towards, if that makes sense. So if you have further information on this company, I'd love to hear about it, because I'm fairly blind when it comes to Tempest Minerals. I'm only looking at how the market is reacting to the news flow from this company. I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is credentialed and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.